3-4 months ago, we went to launch what is called the Guard Dam. In that dam, one dam, they are producing 5,400 megawatts. One dam. The whole of Kenya is 3,300. Munaona iko shida ama hakuna shida? Na ni shida hiyo ni kidogo ama ni kubwa? Shida hiyo ni kubwa sana. Sisi tunaelewana? And you know, we cannot drive our transformation if we do not have the energy to drive it. That is why we need to generate more energy. We cannot commit ourselves to industrialization if we do not generate energy. To generate that energy, we need between 10 and 12 billion dollars. That's about 1.5 trillion Kenya shillings. And do not worry, we will get the 1.5 trillion shillings. Tuko na njia ya kupata hiyo pesa. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that is the way we want to go. Let me give you an example. When I was invited to go to the United States by President Joe Biden, we signed an agreement between Kenya, Microsoft of America, and G42 of UAE to do data centers. Because that's the future. Technology is the future. And because we have green energy, America and UAE said Kenya is the right place so that we can use geothermal energy to drive our data centers. So tukaweka kidole ile kitu, tumefurahi sana. Mimi nimekuja hapa, nimetangaza maneno mzuri kabisa tu. Hii project ni ya karibu 1.2 billion dollars. Sasa kufanya assessment tukaambiwa data center moja inahitaji 1,000 megawatts of energy. Kenya mzima iko 3,000. Yani kuimplement hiyo data center moja, we have to shut down a third of the country. Sasa hiyo kitu ikakwama. Nyinyi mnanielewa? So going into the future, we cannot move Kenya forward unless we generate energy. And I want to tell you, we have enough energy. We have almost 10,000 megawatts in geothermal alone. We have 20,000 megawatts of energy in wind energy. We have enough reserves to generate sufficient energy to drive our industrialization, our manufacturing, and our technology progression. Tunaelewana? That is why we have said, as a country, in the next 5 to 7 years, we must generate 10,000 megawatts of energy, and we must have the resources to do it. Number two, we have also said, for us to move Kenya to the next level, we must stop living on the edge. It is a big shame that 60-something years after independence, we are still importing food into Kenya. For your information, we still import 500 billion of food into Kenya. Mahindi tuna import. Wheat we import. Rice we are importing. Edible oil we are importing. I don't know what we are importing. It's a big shame. And that is why we have said we need to transform our agriculture. The biggest potential we have today in agriculture is in our arid and semi-arid areas. That is the place where we have the most land. Galana Kulalu is an example. Many of the other areas is an example. That's why we have said we must build 50 mega dams, 200 medium-sized dams, and close to 1,000 other micro dams. Why? So that we can bring 2.5 million acres, additional million acres, into production. With 2.5 million acres under irrigation and modern infrastructure, we will not only stop importing food, because, and you know, if we stop importing food, we immediately, save 500 billion shillings we use to import food into Kenya. And number two, we can now export more into the world, into the region.